Today I am at West Coast Customs in Burbank, California, and I'm going to show you a 1966 Cadillac that has been custom built to promote the Peacock streaming series Fight Night, the Million Dollar Heist. I'm also going to interview Ryan, CEO of West Coast Customs. So before we get started, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of my automotive content. And let's check out West Coast Customs and the 1966 Cadillac. This is Chicken Man's car, or Kevin Hart's character's car, from the Peacock streaming series Fight Night, the Million Dollar Heist, streaming on Peacock starting September 5th. And we're at West Coast Customs, and we've got a recreation of the 1966 Cadillac Calais. Let's check it out. We've got the logo for the Peacock original Fight Night, the Million Dollar Heist, Chicken Man's car, here at West Coast Customs in Burbank, California. We've got the custom plate here. Let's check out this giant front grille. It looks like we are missing the C on the Cadillac logo there, but it was really, really difficult for them to source this very unique Cadillac from 1966. Look at this really beautiful beige color. Let's take a look at the full body design. It is huge. It is so incredibly long. Look at this. I can't even get the whole thing in the shot. It's so big. All right, underneath the hood, we have a 7-liter V8 engine producing 340 horsepower. Check it out. Wow, this is the original engine from 1966. Now let's check out the inside. It has this beautiful cream colored leather interior and a darker tan colored carpet on the ground. And then on the side of the doors, we have this really pretty velour. That's a shot of the door. And the only thing that's modern about the interior is a new sound system. So they added a Bose audio system. Look at this steering wheel. It is enormous. Look at the old speedometer. It says that it goes up to 120, but Lorenzo from West Coast Customs said that you probably wouldn't want to go over 85 miles per hour here. And it looks like it only has about 71,000 miles on it. That's incredible. This is very well preserved. Here's our key, and it says DeVille right there. And we've got, looks like an updated sound system right there, some controls. There's the door locks, roll down windows. Look at this steering wheel. I love the Cadillac logo in the center. It is an enormous steering wheel, and it shows the age with the cracking around the Cadillac logo. This is a really special vehicle. So over here we have an analog clock, the old radio. It looks like we also have 2 little trash containers and a cigarette lighter. Here's a look at the second row. To access the back seat, you would just pull these seats forward so you could jump in. Looks like you have a little place for trash. Check out the seat belts. These have the Cadillac logo on the seat belts. We've got the Cadillac logo right here on the side of the accent light. And take a look at the wheels. They've got the white border on the tires and the Cadillac logo in the center. And in the back of the vehicle it says Coupe de Ville, and this trim is the Calais. Let's check out the trunk. Here's a shot at the trunk. It is huge. I think Chicken Man might be hiding a few bodies back here because it is very large and very deep. We've got the Peacock logo right here, and behind that we have the Boss custom speaker. And we've got instructions for changing the wheels. Here's a shot of the back end of the vehicle. Look at those tail lights. Here's the Cadillac logo, Chicken Man's Georgia license plate, Cadillac badge, and DeVille badge. I'm here at West Coast Customs in Burbank, California with CEO of West Coast Customs, Ryan.
Thank you.
Ryan, thank you so much for chatting with me today. I gotta say, I have watched you on TV for 20 years. I would come home from school and watch Pimp My Ride on MTV, and that show and West Coast Customs really sparked my interest in custom builds. So being here today is so surreal. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you for coming. I mean, this is definitely not a typical build that you would see West Coast Customs do, but it was a great challenge for my academy and, kind of really the whole plan of paying forward with the students and giving them an opportunity to be in the limelight and to be able to see real deadlines and what it takes, and they did a great job. We gave them 4 weeks. They got it done in 3.5.
That's unbelievable. I can't believe that they completely transformed this 1966 Cadillac into what it is that we're seeing here today, ready for the silver screen. It is promoting the Peacock series Fight Night, the Million Dollar Heist, starring Kevin Hart. And this is his character,
Yep.
Chicken Man's vehicle,
Chicken
right?
Man car.
That's so crazy. So tell us more about this build. How did it come to be?
They came to us with, we need to build a replica car from this series that we're doing. We only have pictures. You can't really see the car. So I looked at it and it was like, oh, it's a Cadillac. It's not too much. I'm sure we can find one probably the same color. Well, little did I know, there's not a lot out there. We found one. It was blue. So I was like, okay, well, we got to paint it. We got to do the interior. We got to match it to, make it look like just like the one that Kevin was driving in the series. So it was a little bit of a challenge, but not typically when you see like the West Coast Customs Challenge and these builds we got to do. So I felt this was a great opportunity to really give my students a challenge, and so we picked 2 students out of each one of my classes. We call it the A team, and they did this. They got to paint it. Well, they disassembled the car. They did all the body work. They painted it, did the interior, and put it back together.
Oh my gosh, that's unbelievable. And all with the guidance of your instructors.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So, I think it was a great experience for them to just really understand like a true deadline. Like all the classes have had deadlines, but this is like not my deadline. It's a deadline that's given to us that we got to meet. So it was great to see that.
That's so cool. And they did an amazing job. So tell me more about the West Coast Customs Academy.
So it was an idea that I had back in 2016 on how do we build new talent? It's like one of the things that I really understood as a kid was I had wood shop and auto shop when I was in high school. These kids don't have it.
Right.
So it's like giving them this opportunity to be able to see like the possibilities that are out there was important to me. So I built it. We built a curriculum. We started, testing it, saw that it worked. But one of the biggest challenge was how do you get students to pay for it, maybe that are the less fortunate kids, that don't have the money to be able to pay for a trade school. So we decided to go the nonprofit way and say, you know what, let's do this for free because that's where you find the true passion and the true desire to do this as a job. So it's working. I hope to see it grow. Right now we're doing classes that are 12 to like 15 kids, but I'd like to see it get into like the real numbers and build this into like a full-blown campus.
Absolutely. I can see that happening for you. How
excited.
Cool. And what a great opportunity for these kids because you're setting them up with tangible skills that they can use in the workplace.
Exactly.
That's great. What was one of the biggest challenges with creating this vehicle?
I think just being in a classic car, when you take a classic car apart, not knowing what's really under the paint, not really knowing how this thing was put together. Thank God we got a great car. It was not as bad as, it could have been. But there were some challenges. But the paint work is always my fear. It's like you really don't know until you start sanding that car down of like, is there rust? Is there this? So we lucked out. We lucked out and they got it done early.
That's amazing.
We're excited.
Well, for the viewers that don't know a whole lot about West Coast Customs, can you just tell me a little bit more about what you do here? What are your different departments?
So, in the journey of my journey, this is 31 years now I've been doing this, is like I always had the vision to build a shop that did everything under one roof. And the last 10 years, we really created that with this location of everything is done here, from the paint work, the body work, the fabrication work, the woodworking, the R&D, the upholstery. So there's not one step of the way is nothing sent out. Everything is here. And I think that's what's so unique about just teaching these students is they get a chance to be able to work in each one of those departments and really get the challenge of like, oh, maybe I don't like upholstery, but I like paint,
Right.
So it's been a really fun journey for me to watch. And I think it's ultimately like it's a pay it forward for me. It's like, this is the industry that built me who I am.
Right.
How do I give back? And this is the best way to do it.
That's really admirable, Ryan. That's great. Thanks for sharing that.
Thank you.
And before we wrap up, I have to ask you, because I love celebrities and I love, seeing what type of celebrity vehicles you work on. Are there any particular celebrity vehicles that have been really, really memorable to you and really unique?
I mean, I think probably the most memorable one has always been Shaq, just because he's always pushed my limits. Between Shaq and will.i.am, those two have pushed my limits to the fullest.
Wow.
Having to build cars that don't exist, having to build a car to make someone that's not supposed to fit in that car.
Someone 7 foot.
Yeah. So it's like those memories have always, those will always live with me forever. And, we still are doing them. So
It's amazing.
It's fun.
Thank you so much for chatting with me, Ryan.
Thank
and
you.
all of you out there, make sure that you connect with West Coast Customs on social media. I saw on your TikTok, you are very close to 1 million followers. So let's help them get over that hump. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank
and
you.
Check out West Coast Customs and Fight Night on Peacock, streaming September 5th. Oh, no way. What? Check out how low it just got. That's so awesome. I'm told the Calais trim level of this 1966 Cadillac was for more of an entry-level option to allow a wider range of people to have the opportunity to own a Cadillac, and it started at just $5,000. Here are some photos of Chicken Man's car that is used in the Peacock series Fight Night, the Million Dollar Heist. And you can see that it looks identical to the one that West Coast Customs built. So what did you think of Chicken Man's custom 1966 Cadillac? Let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for joining me today at West Coast Customs. Make sure you give this video a like and a nice comment and subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming automotive content. And until next time, motor on. Bye.